Hi YouTube, my name is Rockin' Robin. I am an RVer, stealth vanner, travel nurse, although I haven't started yet. I'm in the process researching. I've been full-time RVing for a year now, and I want to share what I've learned with all of you. I've made a couple videos in the past. I always said I was going to make a little outline so that I'm not rambling on, and I'll probably ramble anyway, but I do have an outline this time, so I'll try to stay on point. Okay, so first of all, who am I? Because I have a YouTube channel. I'm going to try to probably put this introduction video up first so people know who I am, what I'm doing, and everything, because I really didn't know how this was going to play out. I've been full-time RVing since the end of October last year. I had a 4-bedroom house, 2 bathrooms, 2 powder rooms, backyard, front yard, cat, dog, fish tank, adult daughter, another 2 adult daughters. One was married and out of the house, but the other one was still in the house. I have a pretty good job, so I can't complain about that, but I have a ton of debt. I have student loans. Student loans are like over $200,000, and I was just so overwhelmed with it. I figured I got to find a way to get rid of this stuff. So what I did, I figured I could. They always say, "Oh, you make all this money, travel nurse, and blah blah blah." So it looks like you make good money if you're a new nurse, because the way nursing is, you get paid by how many years you've been a nurse. So I've been a nurse for 30 years. So I'm basically already maxed out. But with some of these agencies and the travel nursing, I may be able to either, hopefully I can at least equal what I'm making, if not make a little bit more. And that's just because of they pay you stipends and stuff like that. So if you use those stipends, you won't be paying tax on them. And if you could find a way to live rent-free, then you can kind of keep some of that money, or at least if you can live cheaper. So in my mind, I would be living cheaper, but what I found out is RVing is not cheap. There are ways to do it, and I'm going to talk about all of that. I am not sure how long this video is going to be. I guess if it's starting to be crazy long, I will make it into 2. So I did a lot of researching on the RVs. I wound up getting a 5th wheel. Originally, I wanted a Class A, and to pull it, it just seemed perfect. But then once I went to the RV shows, I realized you get a lot more storage with a 5th wheel. 5th wheel is basically like a tiny house. I have everything I need. I have, like, as far as kitchen stuff, strainers, funnels, griddles, coffee makers, blenders, like every appliance that you can need could fit in there. Every ounce of clothes, and I do like to have clothes in case I'm going out. I'm going to a birthday party later, so I had to dress the part. But I'm not living off of 2 t-shirts and a pair of jeans. Ain't happening. I have a like a jewelry box, the stand-up kind. You open it up and you got all kinds of stuff. So that thing's filled, and then I have another in my closet. I have like a bunch of earrings and stuff on, like 5 rows of earrings. You know, it's like, come on. I still want to look nice. But and I'll probably pare down some of that stuff, but there was no way I was getting rid of like all my stuff. I did downsize a lot. So basically, I put the 4-bedroom house into like a 1-bedroom apartment. So that was very difficult. I did need to keep a storage unit in the meantime, but I just got rid of that. So I'm really happy. That was $200 a month. My daughter wound up living with a friend. It didn't work out. So then she wound up getting an apartment, and we were able to empty a lot of what was in storage into her new apartment, like some of the furniture that I hadn't sold and stuff like that. A lot of family things, pictures we used to keep on the walls. Just now I did put a bunch of stuff in my sister's basement. She's probably not thrilled with that, but it's there. She had the space and she said she didn't mind. So, let's see. As far as my background, I am from the Philadelphia area. I moved kind of out into the outskirts of Philadelphia, which is where my job was. Raised my kids there. They went to school. They both went to college. So basically, I'm an empty nester. When I bought this house, which really wasn't that long ago, it was a brand new house, freshly built. And I'm like, oh, I finally found a perfect house. Then it's like, all right, Mom, getting married. Bye. Like, oh my God. So anyway, finally got the perfect house. And I did have a couple really nice houses. So I think the kids, they did all right. And I did all right. I was always comfortable. I like nice things. But I feel like a lot of times when I move, I wind up, like if I'm downsizing, I wind up giving away all my stuff. And then then when I'm ready to like get into a house, I start all over again. And, I've always done okay for myself, so it's not like I was homeless or nothing like that. It's just, oh, I want to pay off some bills. I think I'm going to like, at one time I moved in with my sister, paid off all my stuff, and then bought this new house. It was just, something that felt right at the time. I feel like, I know a lot of people feel like, oh, you have a house. It's like, that's like everything in life. And it's really not. I think I've had like three houses. Three houses, one is being rented. So you can buy a new house. If you have good credit and you have a job, you can get a house. I don't like to belittle and say it's not that big a deal, but for me, it's not that big a deal. I feel like if the RV thing doesn't work out, I'll just get in a house or an apartment. Like, so what? Long as I have my things, my pictures, and family things are important to me. Most of them will be with me, but I'm not carrying around totes and totes full of like my kids' pictures from when they were babies, and I don't need to carry all that stuff around. But if I can get to it when I want to, pull it out once a year or whenever, if that, at least I can get to it. And hopefully all that stuff will be digitalized one of these days. I do have some vinyl albums. I also want them on digital as well, eventually, but I'm just not there yet. I'm not, pictures, music, and even I have a lot of books. If they were all digital, that'd be great too. But at least as I read them, I can donate them to libraries or something, because the books I have, I'm not giving them away. If I haven't read them yet, I'm keeping them. And that's just the way it is. I have a couple friends like, oh, you can downsize from that fifth wheel. It's too big and move into a van. Hell no. I like my stuff. I'm not getting rid of all my stuff. And I'm sorry. That's fine for some people. And I would love to be able to live in a Class B eventually. But I'm not there yet. You can't go from being a mother for like 20 some, almost 30 years with a house full of stuff, pets, everything, and jumping into a one-room van. That's just not going to work right now. The fifth wheel was a big transition. I'm getting used to that. After a year, I'm realizing that a lot of stuff in there I don't need, and I will be getting rid of it. But in my time, I do what feels comfortable for me. I guess I have ideas. I do all kinds of stuff, and then I change my mind and go back or go forward or do something different, and so what? It's my life, and I'm the one that needs to be happy. So that's me. So I think I talked about the debt was the big thing. Hopefully that'll pan out. I do want to travel the country. I have traveled like a couple of islands, around the United States a little bit with the kids or whatever. I do like the researching the historical background of different places. So it'll be a lot of fun to RV. I'm hoping the problem with me right now is with the fifth wheel. I did not get a truck. I can get a 350 gas or 250 diesel, but I realized for the nursing, the way my nursing job is going to be, I'll be moving at maximum 4 days out of the year. So it didn't make sense for me to invest in such a heavy duty truck for just 4 days out of the year and use it as my primary vehicle. It just doesn't make sense when, you know, parking, it's just too big, the gas, the diesel, whatever. No. So what I did was I bought a minivan because the way my job is, I work in a cardiac cath lab. We put stents in people's hearts. A lot of times when they have a heart attack, or it could be just angina, the doctor sends them to us as an outpatient. They can have it done, go home the same day. But sometimes on a weekend or something, we're on call. We carry a little pager. It's so 1980s, I know. But the beeper goes off. You wake up at 3 in the morning. You're disoriented. You get yourself together. Call the ER. All right, I'm on my way in. You go in. They whisk this person in. We do take some pictures. Put the stent in. And you can't be playing around. Like, you got to get in there within 30 minutes. So I bought a van. I have a cot in the back. And so I am stealth vanning as well. How crazy is that? So, I don't think most of my family loves the idea. They know there's not too much they can say to me to make me do differently. So I actually do like it, but I wouldn't want to live in it. But I look for a weekend. I can do it for a weekend. I think the biggest thing right now is the weather. It's really hot here, so I'm like sweating to death in there. And it's like, I just want to shower. I just want to shower. So luckily, I'm near my sister. I'm near my daughter. And I can go in their place. I have keys to both of their places. I can go in, take a shower if I need to. Or if I really want to get out of the van and go to sleep or something, I can do that too. But if the weather's nice, you can open them windows and just sleep in that van. The doors are locked. Pennsylvania is a state where you can have a license to carry firearms. So I try to have that, although I forget a lot of times. And I guess the hardest part for me is driving around trying to find a perfect place where I feel comfortable being asleep for an entire night. The hospital parking lot, I guess one day I'll talk to security and see what they think, but it's like then they'll have the option to say no. So I figure if I don't say anything and they just find me here, it's like, oh, well, I work up over here and I need to be close by. I live in Jersey, so then they'll say, oh, okay, at least for that night. So anyway, the van life. So I'm following all the van lifers on YouTube. Also followed a lot of the couples that have the Class A's or the fifth wheels. I really love all of you guys. I learned so much from you all on both ends of the spectrum. I would love, I guess, ultimately to live in a really nice Class B that had a shower, stand-up shower. But I don't see how I can downsize my life that much. What I am looking at right now is keeping my van pulling a trailer. If I can get a lightweight trailer to pull that has a nice bathroom, kitchen, and enough storage for my stuff. George Carlin has a great video that talks about his stuff. And if I ever get my video editing skills together enough to like actually post that below like everybody else does, I will post it below because I think he's so funny. So anyway, what else am I? All right, we're 14 minutes in. Yay! So let's see. I'm looking at my notes. Bear with me a little bit. Okay, one thing I mentioned here, I'm in the north, which makes things a little harder for RVers or living in your car or van. The way the campgrounds work around here are, I guess you do have trailer parks. I really don't know anything about the full-time trailer parks. I'm imagining that's low-income people and that's their primary home. I don't know anything about that. You also have campgrounds. So campgrounds, people come to vacation. They may stay for a week or a month. They're doing like a seasonal job in the area, welders, carpenters, they're, you know, some kind of builders or somebody that works with their hands, nurses. And they may stay for a couple months or something, then they go. So it's very transitional. KOA I stayed in last year was very transitional, but the people, they had heavy duty trucks. So you got to have money to have a heavy duty truck and an RV, and you probably have a house somewhere as well. A lot of people don't. That's their full time, and that's fine too. But it's not like the trailer park where that's your primary home and that's it. This summer, I'm staying in a campground. I'm going to call it a campground. But it's seasonal. So it's closed in the winter, but it's open all summer. So the people actually have another home in the winter. In the winter. And they come to this campground during the summer. And they stay maybe on the weekends. Sometimes they'll stay for a whole week. But it's like in their family. It's like a second home. Where I am now has a couple swimming pools and a lake. Playground. It has paddle boats. It's a lot for the kids to do. So if you have kids, it's awesome. I haven't really taken advantage of the amenities as much as I would like to because I've just been working so much. And because I'm on call, this particular campground is not 30 minutes from my job. It's about 45 minutes, an hour with traffic. So when I'm on call, I cannot be home, and that has distressed me to no end this summer. I'm just so upset about this summer. The other place I was at, I was like just 35 minutes. Like, don't say nothing. But it worked out. I could get there. I was there probably the same time as the patient, but I could get him on the table, do what I had to do. But this is killing me this year. This is killing me. But I do like the place. Hopefully I have a couple weekends where I'll be off and I can actually be there. Of course, today I have a couple of things to do. Couple family birthdays, a graduation party, so I won't be at my campsite today. In the South, I think it'll be a lot better because a lot of the places will be year round. I'll be able to find places closer to my jobs. And that's a big thing too. I don't even know how that's going to work yet. What if, I quit my job and then I can't even find a job somewhere. But of course I'll research all that before I actually quit my job. I'm not going to be completely stupid about all this. But I am ready for a change. I am ready for to get rid of the cold and move somewhere where the weather's a lot nicer. Let's see. Just trying to see what I didn't talk about. Relationships. Okay. All right. I don't have the best luck in relationships, but that's a lie. I've met some marvelous, wonderful people. I've always been treated with respect and very well. It may not work out for other reasons. I guess one day I'll find the perfect guy for me. Some of the guys are really great guys, I guess for someone else, maybe not for me. Right now I'm home. I did meet someone, but how's that going to work when I'm about to roll out? See ya. Like, I don't know. I really like him, and I think he likes me, but he's scared, like, she's about to leave, so why get too attached? Once I get on the road, it'll be the same thing. Oh, everywhere you go, it's like, oh, she's about to leave. So it's kind of sad. It would be nice to actually meet someone who could be with me. But that would be difficult because he would have to work and do online or something where he could travel as well. Of course, I can't read my handwriting. Money's hard. You still have to pay for if you're full-timing, you still have to pay for electric. If you're staying more than a month at a campground, they pay for water. You still got to pay for propane. You got to pay your note for the actual RV. You have to pay your rent for the spot. You still got to pay for your cell phone, and you may have to pay for hotspots to get Wi-Fi if you want to watch your Netflix and your TV. Some places do have free cable, and some have Wi-Fi, but I think for the most part, you may have to pay for that unless you can go to like McDonald's and go to different places and borrow theirs. I actually think I talked about most of the things. Hopefully I can get this video out. I'm just trying to introduce myself to everybody. My little side gig that I do is wine tasting. I bring wine into people's houses and I talk about the wines. We pair them with foods and stuff like that, and then hopefully like a Tupperware party, you buy something at the end. I'm hoping I can do that as I travel. It would be nice to have like a new group of customers everywhere I went. But the wine does take up space, and there's a way to get around that. I can have the wine shipped to the host house. But I do like having the wine with me so that I can kind of pick and choose which ones I want based on the crowd that I'm going to have. But it's okay. I am very excited to get on this journey. As time goes on, I will get better at these videos. I know I need to be more animated and probably smile more. I think I do look a lot better when I smile. There's a YouTuber who just went viral. Cute little girl, van lifer, who just went viral because she's just so freaking cute, I think. So I'll try to be cute. I'll try to be cute from now on. But I'm gonna go. Thank you. I hope you learned something from this. I will try to elaborate on some of these things as I go. I will say downsizing was a beast. Start a year in advance. That's all I got to say. I think I may have started a month in advance. I did have pets, cat, dog, fish. My daughters have the animals, and my fish I had to sell on Craigslist. There's so much more I can say, but this is really just an introduction to me, an introduction to my channel. I hope you enjoy, and see you later. Bye.